Some operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have expressed their disappointment after the Nigerian government pardoned former governors of Plateau State, Senator Joshua Dariye, and Taraba State, Reverend Jolly Nyame. The Efcc, according to a report by Punch, had spent hundreds of millions of naira on investigations and prosecution of the pardoned former governors between 2007 and 2018. Dariye's case was said to have cost a lot more as it emanated from London, and the star witness, Peter Clark, who was a policeman, had to be flown from the United Kingdom on several occasions and lodged in hotels while the case dragged on. The Council of State on Thursday granted a state pardon to Dariye and Nyame, who were jailed for corruption. The former governors, along with 157 others, will be released from prison after the Council of State approved a proposal by President Muhammadu Buhari's government to grant them a state pardon. Dariye and Nyame were imprisoned for stealing public funds to the tune of 1.16 billion naira and 1.6 billion naira respectively. Nyame and Dariye were governors of their respective states from 1999 to 2007. An Efcc operative told the newspaper that the detective who handled Dariye's case, Iyasu Kwaba, was hit in the head with the butt of the gun by overzealous supporters of the ex-governor when the case was being handled in Jos, the operative said. The problem for Dariye is demoralizing. Rotimi Jacobs, SAN, was the one who handled the case. He has an internal arrangement with the EFCC, so his fee is not that much. However, the bulk of the money was spent on investigation. The case started from London. We had to fly there and lodge in hotels. Also, Peter Clark, a UK officer, was the star witness. He was the one who first arrested Dariye in 2004. He was the one who first arrested Dariye. We had to fly him here on several occasions to testify in Nigeria. Sometimes when he arrived in Nigeria, the case would be adjourned for one flimsy reason or the other, and he would have to travel back and then return to Nigeria. Clark was the one who revealed how Dariye bought a pen for £7,000 and was found with over £40,000 while his aide had about £50,000 on her. We spent hundreds of millions on this case. Kwaba was attacked. The scar is still on his head. How will the UK take us seriously? Reacting, Jacobs said he was disappointed in the decision of the Buhari regime. He said the message being conveyed was that prison was only for the poor, noting that this would embolden the younger generation to embrace fraud. He added that the pardon meant that both Dariye and Nyame could later run for elective offices. He added, this pardon means that they can hold offices and run for elections. It has turned to anti-corruption war into a joke. It is a setback against the fight against corruption. They are setting a bad example for the younger generation. This case went from the High Court to the Supreme Court, and now the convicts are being pardoned. It will demoralize the judges, the investigators, and the prosecutors. It sends a bad message to the youth and Nigerians as a whole. Under what were they pardoned? Let me tell you, no matter the pardon or whatever, a thief is a thief. You could see that even when this man, whether he was pardoned, is still in the mind of the people. Even, what is this man's name? Oh my God. But they judge whether he was given state pardon, whether he went through the whole thing. There's this back and forth about his own case. People are still referring to what he did and what not. So now it's just a pardon, not that he didn't exonerate them from not to have stolen. He didn't exonerate them for that. He's just paddy. So it is even the Buhari himself that made the proposal. He made the proposal, and that is it. So what are you talking about? When people were saying, yeah, and they will be telling you, AFCC, there be the APC government, APC governors, what are they saying about? Now they cannot tell us that again, because that's what they always use. That is what they have been using to bombast people. They are fighting corruption. 2 ex-governors are in prison. Now, have they not released him? This Buhari himself is a scam. He's a scam. Can you imagine? This government under President Muhammadu Buhari have legalized bribery and corruption. Not only corruption, politicians, even terrorists are being pardoned every day. Even the blind and the deaf are aware of this. It is the same Buhari who kill harmless, endless protesters, Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, for protesting the maltreatment of their people. At the same time, organized party for repentant killers of Nigerians. Father Mbaka speaks on sit at home, praise for ESN. Well, there are many poor people who were pardoned by state or federal governments in prison. Sorry, Nigeria, payback time. God bless Nnamdi Kanu or Biafra. Just like a Ganduje, whose Sharia law is only targeted at the poor. I'm not even surprised Buhari does same. Don't forget that the same belief and best of a feather flock together, and they are fighting corruption. I tell you, when Buhari is done with Nigeria, no one will tell us to hit the street for revolutionary action. Buhari is the worst corrupt president in Nigeria. Lack of integrity. Pardoning them unto what? Well, Nigeria is not even encouraging our citizens to be a good citizens and a good compatriots. There's nothing wrong with the presidential pardon, given the circumstances, and they have at least spent 4 years out of 10 years. Why? How many people have been pardoned? They just put all those other ones, about other 50 something or 1 something people among there, so that it won't be as if they just single them out. Forget all this things. So if that is how it should be, they should be pardoning all the people who are in prison too. After they must have spent half of their term, DJ term, they should just be released. Stealing public treasury is now a thing of encouragement to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Nigeria is not a serious country, yet this federal government is F9 Pro Max. Simple truth. My opinion, they should scrap EFCC. This regime is just all about hypocrisy. Buhari government is the worst useless and clueless government I have ever witnessed since I was born in that zoo called Nigeria, and my kids will never experience such useless, incompetent government in history. Who wants to live and be part of this kind of odorous country? Next online is Abakiari. We know that already. That is only the poor that are meant for prison. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.